Merry Christmas, Husker Nation. My name is Nathan, and I am the Angry Husker, and this is my take. And if you're wondering where I've been, it's Christmas, alright? I've been very busy. And also, football season, sadly, is almost at a close. Bowl season has started. We haven't had any really good ones yet, but it's gonna get really good here pretty soon. Alright? But there hasn't been much to talk about in regards to Nebraska football. Sure, basketball season is underway, but to be completely honest, I've never been much of a college basketball fan, unfortunately. So, it's Christmas. Thank you to my wife for giving me this awesome Breaking Bad Heisenberg shirt. It is badass, as you can see, as I'm sure all of you will agree. So, there's that. Alright, so, what do I want to talk about today? Well, the USC game is coming up. Will Nebraska win that game? I'm not very good at analyzing teams and all that, but this is what I'll say. Nebraska will win this game if Amir Abdullah plays like a maniac. Nebraska's only been really good this season when Amir Abdullah's been really good. He's been injured since the Purdue game, and in big games, besides the Miami game, teams have found a way to shut him down. Now, this isn't entirely the fault of Amir Abdullah. Nebraska is extremely one-dimensional. Tommy Armstrong is a decent quarterback, but let's face it, he can't throw the ball very well. So when teams dial in on the run and stack the box, Amir Abdullah finds it hard to get creases, and his offensive line hasn't helped him out too much. We all remember our linemen falling over in the Michigan State game. What an embarrassment that was. So Amir Abdullah is going to have to have a big game, and the only way he's going to have a big game is if the offensive line actually gets a push on the line and gives him some lanes to run through. Now, they've done this before. The Miami game, the Illinois game, the Northwestern games, all amazing games Amir's had, but those against lesser opponents. That's not against USC. USC is a much better defense than those teams I mentioned, and Nebraska, against good defenses, hasn't fared too well. Look at Michigan State and Wisconsin. Not too good. Nebraska didn't have a single point in the Wisconsin game that didn't come off a Wisconsin turnover. That's not acceptable. So, Amir Abdullah is going to have to play lights out. His line's going to have to play lights out. And Tommy Armstrong is going to have to be able to connect with his receivers. That's the only way that USC is going to respect the pass enough to allow Nebraska to run the football. I'm not saying anything novel here. This isn't anything new. Of course they need to be able to pass the ball. But this has been something that we've consistently struggled on for the entirety of the season. And with the coaching staff gone, and the coaching staff they're either looking forward to new jobs or looking for new jobs, I'm questioning the motivation behind this game. Now, of course, all the players are going to have to put up a good showing for Mike Riley and the new staff coming in. But is the coaching staff going to have them properly motivated for this game? That's a big question mark. A question mark that, frankly, isn't going to be answered until the game is actually played. I'm looking forward to it. Nebraska USC is a big named game. It's a big chance for the Big Ten to make a splash in the bowl season. Nebraska's done well in bowl games. We're at 500 right now at bowl games, and you know what? As much as people aren't giving Nebraska a chance, I like our chances in this football game. Will the motivation be there? That's the key. If the motivation is there and everyone plays lights out, if Amir Abdullah has a huge game and Randy Gregory can get into the backfield and create disruption for USC's offense, we have more than a chance to win this football game. It's in California, it's in USC's backyard, but don't count out the Big Red. We can win this football game. Okay, enough of that. Side note real quick, I just finished watching The Interview, a movie about how, let's say, shitty Kim Jong-un is. I thought it was hilarious. I can imagine why Kim Jong-un didn't want that movie to be seen. He didn't find that funny? Come on, that movie is hilarious. And I'm happy as hell that Sony, in response to terrorist threats from a dictator who can't even feed his own people, instead of pulling the movie entirely like people thought they were, decided instead to make it so much easier for everyone to watch it. Now, instead of getting in your car and driving to the theater and spending 20, 30 bucks to see a movie for two people, you can sit on your couch, connect your computer to your TV, hop on YouTube and pay $6 to watch the interview. Awesome deal. I suggest you do it. It's very crude, but I think it's hilarious. Do that. Kick Kim Jong-un in the balls and see the interview. Alright, last message here. There's been a lot of negativity around the Nebraska program for the last few weeks. Bo Pelini getting fired left a bad taste in a lot of Husker fans' mouth, and the Mike Riley hiring wasn't the sexy pick that a lot of people wanted. Let's face it, the fan base has been divided. It's been divided in a way it hasn't been divided in a long time. Now, people like me who have been calling that for Bo Pelini's firing for me, it was since the Wisconsin game. But there's been a lot of people calling for his firing for quite a long time. For us, it seemed irrational, all the defense people had of Bo Pelini. After all, my way of thinking is, what is it about Bo Pelini that inspires such loyalty out of fans? Not players, I understand that, but fans. Why are fans so die-hard loyal to a coach that badmouths the university whenever he's caught talking off camera? You know what? I'm not here to criticize believers anymore. This is a call for unity. The Nebraska fan base is the #1 asset that this program has. The fans go, this program becomes nothing. This program falls off the map entirely and never gets back to the pinnacle of success that we all want. Nebraska needs to be united. Nebraskans need to come together. Forget about Bo. I'm sorry if you were a Bo leaver, but he's gone. What's done is done. He's not coming back. Nebraska fans need to unite behind Mike Riley. They need to get behind him. Regardless of if you think Bo should have been fired, regardless of if you thought Mike Riley should have been hired, is immaterial at this point. He is our head football coach. And the fans need to back his ass. The fans need to get behind this man and cheer him on and root for his success. Because let's face it, Nebraska cannot afford another failure as a head coach. Nebraska needs to win. And the only way Nebraska will ever win is if the fans show up and support this man. That is the only way Nebraska will ever win. The fans need to come together. Unite. Unite the people of Nebraska. Come together behind Mike Riley and give him the chance that he deserves. Now, this man has only won me over in his press conferences or whatnot, but it's partly his job to bring us together as well. He is now the CEO. He is the face of Nebraska football. He's done a fantastic job getting out there, doing radio interviews, doing his best to show his face and show Nebraska fans who he is and what he stands for. I applaud him for that. We need to back him up now. It's true. Whether or not he's a successful coach or not will depend on his level of success on the field. His teams need to win, and they need to not be embarrassed anymore. But as of this point, we have absolutely nothing to base our opinions of him on. We need to come together and back him. Back him like we've backed no head coach before. All right? If he can't win, that would be very disappointing. But as of right now, when he hasn't even played a snap yet, we need to support him. Support him 100%, no questions asked. Back him. And that is my message through the entire Nebraska fan base. Enough of the negativity. It's poison. It is poison. It's a disease running through the veins of this fan base, and we need to purge it. Mike Riley is exactly the guy, I think, to help us exorcise some demons and get back to doing what Husker fans do best, rooting on our Big Red. That's all I have to say. I am Nathan. You all have a Merry Christmas. Next time you see me, I'll probably be in Florida with my family celebrating a belated Christmas down in Crestview, doing a post-game coverage of the USC Nebraska bowl game. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to see you there. My name is Nathan, and I'm the Angry Husker fan. You all have a good one.